Okay guys, welcome back to our unboxing of some rare Mini Z's stroke my new project. Okay, so in the last one guys you would have seen that beautiful Audi R8 guys, what a stunner. Anyhow, so I managed to pick up some nice cars, but as I say guys, it's a bit of a transition into my new project as well, so I'm going to show you some other ones that I'll be including in my vids. So, and I thought, you know what, I might as well give you a little glimpse of ones that didn't get any airtime on the turntable. So, right, okay, let me get my little goodie out. Right, here we go. So, that's one I never really had, guys. I'm not really that big into the Ford GTs. I managed to get a bundle, guys. So I think some guy was a bit of an enthusiast, and he had quite a few. So I thought, you know what? Can't go wrong. I could use that in a street race vid. It does look kind of mean, and it's the Gulf version. Alright, so that's not a bad looking little machine. So yeah, so that's basically where I went with that. It don't look like it's been used at all. Okay, so I managed to buy, was it 3 or 4 cars of this guy, and surprisingly he was in the UK. So yeah, not bad, not a bad looking little machine. And I wanted, guys, I'm going to show you my project car, but I'm also going to show you one that I didn't get any airtime, guys. It got an unboxing, but it never really went on the turntable. So I thought it'd be pretty nice for you guys to see this as they're getting more and more rare as we're going along. So, yeah, this is one of my favourite, well, my favourite superhero. But yeah, this is the Batman Skynet version of the Batmobile, right? And so this was early on, right? Really early on I unboxed this. But I didn't have the display stand, so it never really got a spin on there. And I thought, you know what, this, and there's one more, this should really be seen. So yeah, they never really got that opportunity. So you guys, I don't want to make the unboxing long, guys. I could take it all out here and have a look at it, but yeah, so basically I'll just take it out of the actual box without ripping it, because these are collector's items now. If you were to buy this as a ready-to-run set, you're talking £400 almost. Alright. So yeah, so the boxing is the packaging, and I hate opening stuff. I'm going to end up ripping it. Wreck-It Ralph hands, man. Woo! Okay, that's not too bad. Alright, let's reveal it. Now, you can get another version of this, which is a little bit more souped up, and basically it has silver on the actual gun, on the turbine itself. That's the only difference. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get a marker pen and do that myself. But you know, it's that rare. The wheelbase, because the car's narrow, the wheelbase looks really long, but I think it's 98. I can't read Japanese. I don't know if one of you guys can, but I don't think it says anything about wheelbase there. But yeah. Okay. And that's my favourite superhero. So there's some things that came with it. So you've got an extra machine gun, basically, if you want to put that on. Alright. So yeah, and the wheel nut. Take the wheel nut off. And the mount, body mount. Okay. That's basically in there. I would love to do well, not a street race, but a police chase vid where Batman comes flying in, right? Watch this space, yeah, it might happen. It might happen. Yeah. I could see that happening, but the only danger is, guys, when I do them police chase, street race vids, babies get hurt. Yeah, I mean, I damaged the cars, man. I mean, it happens, man. You know, it's the nature of the beast. Sometimes you're driving and you hit stuff, or there's a crash or whatever, and they do take a knock. Right, okay. And this is one from the the project. Thought I'd show this to you guys. So let's have a wee look. Ooh, okay. Right, let's have a look. These are fresh, guys. I haven't even looked at them myself, so they are new, but I'm saying they haven't just come out. These have been out about 2 years. Never really got into them. Price, I think, is okay. These were about £45, but there was an offer on as well, so I managed getting 20% off as well. So I thought, you know what, for my little video, I think they'll be perfect. And you're supposed to open the garage doors. Well, how does that happen? You just push this down. Hello. Perforated paper, but sorry guys, I'm just trying to figure out. Well, that's kind of ruining the box, isn't it? Well, I don't think it's going to be a classic anyway, so. Alright, okay, all pulled. Alright. Ta-da! Like a magic show, guys. You didn't know you were tuning in for that. So I've got the Fox version as a slash. That's pretty cool. Okay. Let's put this away. Have a wee look at this one. So, these are 1/28 scale. Yep. Short course, 28 scale. The Q32 is supposed to be 32 scale. I think they're very similar. I think what happened, right, guys, I think HPI made the Q32 and I think it was overpriced. These guys, Associated, brought it out a little while later, maybe a few years later, and I think theirs is alright. So they made it cheaper. So RTR, 1/28 scale, it's a rear wheel drive. It's got a battery included, so it's internal battery again. Chargers included. It's electric powered. It's got a 2.4 gigahertz transmitter. Guys, I remember when we would pay money to get a 2.4 gigahertz transmitter. Honestly, Spectrum were like the only ones doing it, and it would cost you money, man. You're talking about £200 to have it, and there'd only be a few guys that'd have it. All the rest of us were running around behind our cars. 27 megahertz, 40 megahertz if you wanted to kind of move away from the crowd, but 2.4 was like it was too far a stretch, and you'd have it on one car, so it wouldn't be like worth it because the receivers were really expensive as well. So you know, it was just out of your reach kind of thing. All right, so let's have a look. I think they just completely, I haven't seen this up and personal kind of thing, right? But I think they just completely copied HPI's Baja, right? Is it the same size, bigger? I don't know, but I think they saw that, you know what? They overpriced that. This could actually take off. So Associated did theirs, and I think they did it the right way. All right. Yeah, I know it's not Mini Z, guys. I'm just showing you my little projects. So I'm not going to make it long. There's the little book telling you all the stuff where that's on the actual transmitter. I don't think the transmitter is very complicated. I think it's plasticky, pretty simple. You get what you pay for, innit? But I like that. Look at that little stadium. Woo! They could have done the ramp, but that's actually bigger than the Baja. Well, that's interesting, man. That is interesting. I like that because the reason why, oh man, I don't have no scissors. Let's go psycho. Let's go gangster on it. Don't quit yourself. Right. So, hello, don't play hard to get. Come on. Come on, baby. Don't have to cut the whole box. Come on. Alright, let's do it. Okay, so what is your problem? Where are you stuck? Oh, ta-da! Okay. Well, I won't be making that mistake again. First time I've unboxed it, guys, so I don't really know what I'm doing. Oh, look at that, they give you batteries with it. Associated are a class act, aren't they, guys? So, yep, you get some batteries. There's your transmitter without damaging it. Oh, I already cut that, so that's okay. Okay. Dump the car. That's your transmitter. Very similar, guys, to the HPI one. Oh my god, it's almost identical. It feels exactly the same. Does it charge the car? Does it charge the car? No, that's the only difference with the HPI one. The transmitter would charge the car. But on this, I can't see anywhere. You've just got power, Well, yeah, it does say charge. So, is there some kind of cable that comes out of it? Ah, right, I thought so. So where does that come out? The downside of having big hands is you end up breaking small things. Right. So where is that tucked away? Tucked away over here. Let's pull this out. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get my head round this thing here. And I'm sure you can pull it out, no? Yeah, you can. Alright, okay. So yeah, it does pull out, but I haven't broken it. And that will charge your car. So it's doing it a bit different. HPI's version was a little bit more user friendly. It was on the top and it was just a lead going to your car. And they've done it a bit differently. I suppose they couldn't show them that we copied you. Right? But yeah, okay. I prefer the HPI one. It looked better than that, looked nicer than that. But yeah, okay. Let's have a look at the little baby who's been turned, whose world has been turned upside down. That looks like a proper rip-off, but on a bigger scale. That looks just like that. Do it, guys? But a bigger version. I hope it's got a bigger motor and it's got a bit more power. But yeah, I wonder if the wheels are interchangeable. That would be funky, innit? Putting massive wheels on that. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Is it body clips? Yep. Ah, man, they could have thought of a better way than that. Body clips. One on the front. Well, that's, I suppose, a bit better. I like the body shell though. So that will kind of go with the theme that I'm trying to do. Okay, right. So it's basically a scaled up version. So that's 32 scale, and this is 28. So, which is better, I reckon, because that was a little bit like toyish. This, as in, it's a bit too small for real world scenarios, and that just seems a little bit more bigger. Tires are more rugged. Hard tyres, wow. Okay, do they pull off? I don't think they are going to pull off. No, they're different. But the motor kind of set up in the back is similar. So they've basically ripped off the whole idea. They've got two shocks instead of one shock. Two shocks. And the shocks aren't air-filled. And the front is exactly the same. It's got that kind of, I don't know, that Camry kind of action where the wheels turn up. It's got a bumper though, so... You know what, this is actually doing me right, man, because I was a bit worried about that being able to push a ball around. For stunts wise, flips, because the cars in Rocket League do like backflips and somersaults and all that, that will be perfect, that can do that. But it's a bit light and the wheels are foam, so traction wise and power wise, you're not really getting it all down. That should be better. Okay, righty. And the batteries, how did the batteries come out? And you just tipped in. Yay! Woo! So, it is ready to run. It actually is ready to run. It's, you know, they haven't just, they're not just calling it, they're standing by it. You buy it, put your batteries in, charge it up. I think charging times will be about 2 hours. And the running time is about 10 to 20 minutes, depending on your driving style. Okay. Isn't that interesting? Did you ever think I'd have an unboxing where they got blooming stuff like this on the unboxing? Right, okay, cool. Let's have a look. It's the wheels. So there's no chassis flex. It's the wheels are rock hard. Okay, right, cool. Let's move on, guys. Look at them on the display stand. Check out the next vid, guys. It's gonna be going nuts. Get notified, subscribe, Mossy5734. Okay guys, here we've got the Golf version of the Ford GT, and you know what, I don't mind this. As I say, the McLaren Golf is the only Golf I've got. I liked the paint scheme, I like the way the red wheels went with the body shell and the colour of the car. This is a bit of a flat, matte blue, but that one had a nice kind of, it was kind of going into indigo. It was nice. I liked that colour. But it was a bundle and I thought, you know what? Can't go wrong really. It's not a bad looking car. I might use it in a street race vid. Worst comes to worst, if I ever come into racing, it's, you know. But yeah, I think it's alright. I don't know what you guys think of it. I think it looks okay. This one did come with wheels. Them wheels have been put there with it. They're just like drift wheels that I think don't look too bad underneath it. It probably would go better with some chrome wheels or maybe black that are a bit more deep dish, but each to their own, guys. But not too bad. I would have preferred a bit of a brighter paintwork, like a bit more of a vibrant kind of orange and a brighter kind of blue, or maybe a cobalt kind of blue or a royal kind of blue. Just a bit more, in your face, a bit more, a colour that stands out a bit more. But saying that, it's okay, guys. It will look pretty cool, I think. And the shape's not a bad shape. I think it could have been souped up a little bit though. Could have had some nice spoilers, wider fenders on there. But yeah, it's not a bad shell, guys. So that's going to be my fifth Ford GT. But that's my only one that's got like a livery on it. The rest of them have just got the run-of-the-mill double stripes that go down it. Yep, so I've got red and blue. They're the ones that I had. And I was going to get a yellow, but I just thought, you know what? Why am I getting this? I'm going to have like 5 of the same car. I'm not that much of an enthusiast towards Fords. I've got a Ford car myself, but yeah. R8s, I don't mind. R8s, I do like. And, I don't mind buying them because there's a pull factor. I like the way that body looks. It looks mean. You know what I mean? There is something about that car, and it's a real life monster, man. Best handling car. From the guys that own them tell me that they've had all kinds of cars, and they said that the R8 hands down 4-wheel drive version is the best handling car you're gonna get. So R8s, I definitely feel that pull factor towards them. These not so much. That's why I didn't really go out and get the whole set. I thought that's enough. I've done enough there. I'm representing Ford with them 4 cars, and that's it. I've just got them and 2 Ford Mustangs. That's it. That's Ford in my collection. But all the other cars, I've probably got whole heaps of the different ones. The European kind of style of sports cars is a lot more appealing to me, and I think everyone else as well. Not knocking American sports cars, guys, but they're just a flair with the Italian cars. German aren't bad, obviously like my R8s, but the Italian cars have just got another level flair, and it's just going to get better. So let's move on to the next car, guys. Okay, guys, so here we've got the 1/28 scale short course truck. This is called the SE28, and this is the Fox factory version. So they're saying that headquartered in Scotts Valley, CA, which is California, I think. Fox Factory Holding Corp. Designs and manufactures performance-defining ride dynamics products primarily for bicycles, on-road and off-road vehicles and trucks, side-by-side vehicles, all-terrain vehicles, snowmobiles, specialty vehicles and applications and motorcycles. Okay, that's a mouthful. Fox is a direct supplier to leading power vehicle original equipment manufacturers, OEMs. Alright, I think this is just a backstory of Fox. So additionally, the company supplies top bicycle OEMs and their contract manufacturers and provides aftermarket products to retailers and distributors. So, grab a friend and create your own short course truck racing series. Rip around the corners, fly over the jumps, and speed across the finish line. Will you make it to the winner's circle? Will that truck make it to the finish line? That's the question we need to ask. But yeah, cool. So RTR, yes it is, all the batteries are there, and it's 1/28 scale, rear wheel drive, batteries included. It's not an internal battery, it's a 7.2 volt NIMA, which means you can use a LiPo battery. So I'm going to be doing that. They've got a charger included, which is a USB charger, and it's got a 2.4 gigahertz transmitter. So yep, pretty cool. And I like the fact that the short course trucks have got a front bumper, which is pretty cool because if they're pretty nippy, you are going to crash them. Most people are going to drive these indoors because there's no oil-filled shocks on these guys, right? It's not 4-wheel drive. you know, you're not really going to get over that much, okay, in a real world scenario. If it was 4-wheel drive, and if it had a bigger motor, more powerful motor, and if there were front suspension, you know, alright, cool. But as it is, no, it's just going to bob along. It's going to hit stuff and bounce off it, or bounce over it, right? So, but for my needs, it's cool. It's going to do the job I want it to do, hopefully. But generally, most people will drive these indoors. Having a front bumper, they should have had it on all of them. Some of them, the front bumper didn't extend out very much. Yeah. But definitely having a big bumper helps, because at least the impact will be taken there rather than on the body or on the car itself. And on some of the cars, you notice that, you know, not on the... See, Team Associated, they've got a proven track record. Their stuff is bashable, right? Not many companies are, right, guys? You know, definitely they're one of them. I mean, Traxxas, obviously we know. HPI, yes, some of their trucks, right? Associated, yes, I've had their stuff. Other stuff seems a bit more like refined and not as resilient. So the Kyosho off-road stuff, no, it's not as tough. It isn't. I wouldn't bash that stuff at all. I'd say Associated's more tougher than Kyosho when it comes to off-roading. Anyhow, so because they know about stuff like that, they know where the weak parts are, where cars are going to get damaged and stuff. I know it's a copy of a short course truck, but a lot of companies will make them but not have a protruding bumper. They'll have it near the wheels, so the wheels are taking the impact. So what I'm saying is that they've obviously thought it through. Yes, it is a copy of the Q32, but it's what they basically needed. The Q32 had no bumper whatsoever, right? It is a complete knockoff. But if you look at that, for example, yeah. Focus! Focus! Do you just hate it when your camera does that? And mine does it a lot. Come on, baby. Why are you doing this? Anyhow, but you should be able to see, guys, that the bumper doesn't really stick out much. The tyres are going to take the impact, and that goes into your steering links, it goes into your servo, and it has a knock-on effect on a lot of things. Okay, so that's not a good idea. You need to really have a bumper sticking out. Sorry if that didn't focus, guys, but yeah, it's all good. But apart from that, that's going to go really cool in my Rocket League vid. Hopefully I can jump them. I would love to flip them. That's what I'm aiming to do, because obviously in that game the cars are going all over the place and I want that to happen in my vid. I like my vids to have some realism. Yeah, you can tell they're toys, but there's that realism factor in there, and I'm hoping to recreate. I've never done this before. I'm hoping to recreate that kind of thing on my Rocket League vid. So the vid's going to probably come out well before you're going to see this. This was recorded in April. It'll probably come out in October. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what the future holds, but yeah, it'll be. I don't know if I'll be alive, but it will be scheduled to come out around then. So, but yeah, watch out for that, and let's see how they perform. I know that the Q32s are mad. They're agile and they're light, and I can jump them. And I did about like a 70 degree, 80 degree ramp, and it jumped it. So not worried about them. Flips, this and that. Pretty cool. There's no weight like they've got on them wheels there, so I don't know how they're going to cope, if they're even going to make it over the ramp. Let's see. But yeah, let's move on. Okay guys, so I'm just giving the box a quick twirl. This is the Batman Skynet version of the Batmobile. So from what I've seen, there's two versions. There's this version, which is all black, and then there's another version which the difference lies in the fact that I think the machine gun is in chrome, and there's another feature on that's in chrome. So it's a bit chromey and black, a bit of both. So yeah, let's get out of there, onto the stand, guys. Have a look at it. Okay guys, so that's the Batmobile. I'm taking out this case right now. Just one little twirl with the case on, and then we'll get it out. So yeah, put it on display for the first time ever out of this case. Okay guys, so we've got the Autoscale collection in Kyosho Mini Z's that are Skynet. products, and this particular one is obviously the Batmobile, and this has been licensed from Warner Brothers, TM, and DC Comics. This is probably the longest Mini Z car I've seen that's not an Overlander. I don't know what wheelbase that is. So unfortunately, a lot of the information on this car is in Japanese, so I don't really know what's going on. This isn't a real car, but I can see that it says 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds, so if this really was a car, it would be going that fast. So, yeah. Now there's a few optional parts that you can get with this as well. And the machine gun that sits on the bonnet, or the hood, that's an optional part. But I think I've seen that in a little bag. I'll have a look. I think I have. And then the wheel caps that have the Batman logo on, that's also an optional part. And you can tell that this, I mean, I couldn't get into the box, guys, it was that tight, it's never been opened, I've never opened it. And you can see that's been in storage for a long time, because the wheels are white. So the rubber's kind of started to change colour because they've been in storage, and they've got like a white over them. So anyhow, so I wonder if you could fit lights in them bottom bits. I'd like to have a go at that. So the turbine at the front, that's silver in the other more expensive model. On the side, the guns that you can see on the side, or whatever that is part of the engine, that's also in a silver chrome kind of effect. And the jet nozzle on the back, I think that's coloured in a little bit as well. I mean, this car's kind of cool. It's a bit narrow for my liking. I actually did prefer the one that was in the DC Comics release of Batman, which was like a series. I don't know if you guys remember. I think they made about 6 seasons of it. That was probably the best Batman cartoon, except for Batman vs Dracula, killer cartoon. That was a wicked cartoon. But they were probably the best Batman cartoons I've seen. And the car they had in there, I preferred that to this. The wheels were kind of chrome, but they had like a blue light that would, as soon as Batman would turn the car on, this blue luminous light would just go like radial around the tyre, around the wheel, and then down the side of the car and the front of the bonnet. It looks really cool. I really prefer that car, and the shape was a lot nicer as well. So that just looks a bit far-fetched. That needs to be in a video with the Mad Max body. They're both kind of far-fetched. But yeah, but that's even more. But I don't know what wheelbase that is, guys. That looks really long to me. The longest Kyosho Mini Z car that I've got with the longest wheelbase, I think it is 102, maybe 106. That's the max. That looks longer. That looks like an Overlander kind of 112. So I don't know how you're supposed to use that. I don't know if, I've actually never seen anyone drive with that body shell in any video. So I've seen the Mad Max car, Kit Knight Rider. I've never seen someone drive that. And to be honest with you, I'm probably just going to get a silver marker and colour in them bits. Just for my own kind of, because it's a bit too plain for my liking. And I'll put chrome wheels on there with a massive deep dish back wheel that sticks out. And I'd like to put a bit of blue on there. I know I'm probably going to ruin the effect, and the resale value is going to go down the toilet. But it needs hyping up, man. Too bland for a Batman car. Too bland for my liking. Anyhow, so that's the Skynet Batmobile version. Let's have a look at the others as well, guys. So as I say, I didn't go out and get all of them. There's loads of Japanese ones that they do that I don't really know about. But the ones that kind of appealed to me were this Knight Rider and Mad Max. The DeLorean, kind of alright, guys. I don't know. I didn't think it really fit in. I mean, I can use that if I'm doing police chases or something. I'd add that in there, or even make a video about Batman. And Mad Max, obviously, it's again another action car. The DeLorean, it's cool looking, it's expensive, and for me, I probably won't even use it, so That makes sense. Anyhow, let's move on.